This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Pain in the Grass. Steve?
Yes.
It is back.
And I just realized we just did a video, and I realized that I'm already preparing for it because I'm rocking my Glorious Sun shirt today. And they're going to be playing on the Sunday of Pain in the Grass, which I'm very excited to see them, along with Sammy Hagar. And then you got George Thorogood, Queensryche. Yeah. But let's not forget Friday night, BJ, Incubus.
Yeah.
Sublime with Rome. And then Saturday, Alice in Chains, Breaking Benjamin, and Bush. Not to mention Wyatt Only and the Wreckage, a bunch of other great bands, and local bands are going to be a part of it as well. Aaron Jones, also The Struts, not local, but fantastic band. Highly recommend checking those guys out, too.
And there's a kickoff party, too, which is Wednesday, August 31st. So you got 4 days of action. The Pretty Reckless Aaron Jones will be at the Moore Theater for that kickoff party. Tickets, yes, they're available right now at Ticketmaster, and we still got some of those great lawn seats available. The early bird special lawn seats for Friday and Sunday. They're $9.99 a piece if you're a Rockaholic Club member, but that's simple. Go to KISW.com, just join. It's free, and you'll get access to those tickets for Friday and Sunday show. And don't forget the BJ and Migs party. Limited amount of tickets, but we still have tickets available. That's a fun time. Oh, man. I mean, Pain in the Grass. 3 huge days of Labor Day weekend. All the info at KISW.com.
Let's play Beat Migs.
It's time to play the game.
Yeah.
So everybody scream his name. Beat Migs. Don't be a loser. Whoa. Beat Migs. You're a loser.
It is time for Beat Migs, but it's Wednesday, so there'll be a whacking ahead.
Whack it.
Let me see everybody do their Mr. Wacky then. All right.
Darby or what?
A whacking ahead. I know
right.
it's not like International Talk Like a Pirate Day. I think that's in September, but for some reason I decided I wanted to be a pirate right there.
Well, today's National or International Geek Day, Geek Friday, and that's one of the geekier things you said today.
Yar. Okay. Let's get to our contestant today. We got Sean in Tacoma. Sean, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. All right, Steve, get out of here. Bye. For those playing at home, Sean will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Sean, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Let's rock, Rev.
May the odds ever be in your favor is a catchphrase from what movie franchise?
Pass.
What is the French word for snail?
Escargot.
Yes. What company makes the PlayStation console?
Sony.
Yes. In what early 70s year did Walt Disney World open near Orlando, Florida?
40s, 50s, 60s.
No. Who played Butch Coolidge in the 90s film Pulp Fiction?
Bruce Willis.
Yes. Which nun was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 1979?
Mother Teresa.
Yes. Which Marvel villain has Ian McKellen played on the big screen?
Magneto.
Yes. Libya is located on which continent?
Africa.
Yes. What is the first name of the current host of Blue's Clues?
John. Jim.
No.
Pass.
What color is Santa Claus's belt?
Black.
Yes. May the odds ever be in your favor is a catchphrase from what movie franchise?
Hunger Games.
Yes. What is the first name of the current host of Blue's Clues?
Steve.
No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Correct. Oh, I thought that was going to be a trick question. I don't know that. I don't know that one either. Then,
Yeah, I
don't have a clue actually.
Oh, we better go find that doggy.
Yeah. Hey, look who just walked in.
It's Steve. Steve just walked in.
That's not the right answer, though. Remember?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah,
well,
it
it is in this case, but
Yeah.
just this one. Steve,
Yes.
you're back.
I am.
Are you ready to whack?
Oh yes.
Whack it.
May the odds ever be in your favor is a catchphrase from what movie franchise?
Star Wars.
No.
Star Wars.
The Godfather.
No.
yeah, that's it.
May the odds ever be in your favor. The Hobbit movie. Lord of the Rings.
No. What is the French word for snail?
Escargot.
Yes. What company makes the PlayStation console?
Sony.
Yes. In what early 70s year did Walt Disney World open near Orlando, Florida?
1972.
No.
1971.
Yes. Who played Butch Coolidge in the 90s film Pulp Fiction?
Oh, crap. Is that Bruce Willis?
Yes. Which nun was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 1979?
Mother Teresa.
Yes. Which Marvel villain has Ian McKellen played on the big screen?
Marvel villain. Ooh. Lex Luthor.
No.
I can just hear BJ crying inside.
Yep.
I don't know. Mr. Fantastic.
No.
Dr. Evil.
No. Libya
lived in a school.
Libya is located on which continent?
Magneto.
Well, yeah, but too late on that one.
Africa.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You get whacked 6 to 8.
Whack it.
Too much. Took too much time on that one.
Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, congratulations, Sean.
Good job,
Hey,
Johnny.
thank you. Hey, Steve, I got 2 words for you.
Yeah, what other?
I know.
Steve knows.
Yeah, he knows.
Oh, okay.
He's polite enough not to say it
didn't
there.
say
So look
him.
at that.
But I appreciate that. Are you doing at least the X chop as you're saying it?
Yeah, I'm a huge Shawn Michaels guy, so it was the inside thing between you and me. I've played a lot of times, and we're about 500. So.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
That was great. I like that. That was
I am not.
awesome.
I have no idea.
Sexy boy.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
It's
you do
wrestling.
that.
I got 2 words for you, and then they chop their crotchal area and go, suck it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right then.
Yep, I like that one.
Well, that's why there was that dead silence. I'm like, well, okay. I'm not. Oh,
I know, we're all just waiting. Is he going to say it? Is he going to say it?
And then he's a big Shawn Michaels fan, which made me think of you, BJ, because of William Shatner singing Shawn Michaels' Sexy Boy song.
Oh yeah.
Just a sexy boy. I'm with your boy toy.
Oh, this
weird.
just makes me think of this.
That's Steven.
Yeah, he is. You didn't know that "May the odds ever be in your favor" is a catchphrase from the Hunger Games.
Come on, Steve. I thought you were a big Katniss fan.
I've never seen him.
Oh, yeah.
I need to do more of those questions then.
Oh,
Yeah, you
crap.
do.
I need to see them, man.
You figured out that Ian McKellen played Magneto.
Magneto.
A little late on that, but-
yeah, but he handed me that guess.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why I gave it to you after your 3 guesses.
Right, yeah. I mean, that was a gimme then.
There was one question you didn't get to that Sean did not get correct. Is what is the first name of the current host of Blue's Clues?
Okay, it's not Steve.
No.
It's Joe.
No.
John?
No.
Franklin.
Jacob?
Franklin? No. Jingleheimer?
Is it
No,
Josh?
it's definitely Jingleheimer.
Aloysius.
No, it's not Aloysius, but Vicky did get it correct. It's Josh.
Josh.
Josh!
Yeah.
I do not watch that show, obviously.
Oh, well, why would you?
Well, I mean, when you were stoned, you watched that show a lot.
Yeah, but how often are you stoned?
Well, I should be stoned more, to be honest with you, to put up with you people.
Well, sorry for your loss there, Steve.
Yeah, so sorry, Steve. I don't know how to feel about this, and I don't even know if I'm going to get a chance to get some. Danny, I think you or Vicky have to be on the case. I mean, you got to get on the internets right now.
I already have it in my reminders.
Oh, very good. There's a new mashup of Ritz crackers and Oreo cookies that are going on sale tomorrow. I mean, they're not really going on sale. They're going to be given away, but you got to pay $4 shipping. But of course, you got to sign up for it. It's a brilliant idea just to remind everybody, frankly, about Ritz, and because I always know about Oreos, and maybe it's the other way around for other people. But it's 1/2 Oreo.
Okay.
So you've got the Oreo cookie with the cream, and then the other half is a Ritz cracker with peanut butter.
Sold.
Which, I mean, I don't even
That
know.
looks amazing.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I could see chocolate and peanut butter. I get that.
Have you ever had a
This-
Ritz cracker with peanut butter on it?
Oh,
No,
heck
well,
yeah.
I've had that, yes. But I'm just wondering, like, how they'll all go together. Like the
Delicious.
cream and salt and sweet. I mean, I have salted ice cream, and I've had peanut butter ice cream. So it should all work.
I think it will. And I feel like this could be something that they might turn into a thing.
Yeah. Especially if it's super popular, which any of these limited
gonna sell
edition
out.
things are going to be. There's only like 1,000 available, so
They always sell out of these
forget
stupid
about
things.
that. Yeah, 1,000 available, Danny. You'll be lucky if you get through.
Oh, I know. Every single time I tried with the chicken fried Crocs or whatever they were, and I was refreshing that page like 1,000,000 times, and nothing happened.
Well, it's during our show at 9 a.m. tomorrow.
I'm going to try.
Well, that's so. Yeah, Danny's going to be here, and we know at 9 a.m. he's not going to be working.
Yeah.
Are any of us really?
No.
Yeah.
I think we stop at 6.
Yeah.
So yeah, I want to tell you the website, but then that would give Danny less of a chance of getting it. So you know what? I'm not.
Yeah,
going
let's
to.
not tell them.
Yeah. So
This is just for us.
Yeah, you have to figure it out yourself.
Only 1,000?
Only 1,000.
Yeah.
And I have upped the odds for our show because I signed up too, and I'll be furiously refreshing as well.
Yes.
All right, I'll sign up.
Oh, so you have to sign up before even tomorrow? That's what you got to do?
If you sign up, you get the email saying, "Hey, they're live."
Yeah,
but
yeah,
really,
yeah.
you should just be there at 9 or a little bit, probably before 9 a.m.
Well, if you're willing to sign up, they should give you something. Like, for the fact that you sign
free
up
Oreo.
Yeah,
something.
weekly emails telling you about things that you don't need.
Exactly.
That's what you get.
Yeah, you're right, Steve. It's like, I'm going to be on your junk mail list here at this point. I mean,
Pretty
shouldn't
much.
I get like an early bird special for this?
No.
Well, this is sad because I think Steve might be
but
right.
any contest, I mean, that's your attitude then. I mean, like anything that you sign up for, you don't get nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, anything.
Well, my point being is that you don't have to sign up for this. You have to go online and fill everything out. So what's the point of the email? Is a
reminder.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my thing is that if you really you know these people are super fans if they sign up. So there should be, I don't know, you get to go there like 5 minutes early. I don't know. I just
like a pre-order. There's only 1,000 of these things.
Here's what I would say. If they've already got 1,000 emails of people that are interested, those are the people that should get it right then.
They've probably got 1,000,000.
Yeah, well, that's a problem then.
Yeah.
That might be
Yeah.
a stretch, but there's still a lot of people.
I bet you there's a lot of people that
I think
Definitely
Danny's
more
right,
than
Steve.
1,000. I don't think 1,000,000 people have already signed
we've
up.
got like 300. What do we have? 300 million people in our country right now.
Yeah,
I
that
think
doesn't
a
mean
million.
all of them are going to go sign up at the Oreo website to get these.
See, and I
these
just
Ritz crackers. I don't think 1,000,000 people have signed up.
I disagree. I think they are because they have so many people on their socials.
I
where
want to bet this.
Where they're like,
How do we get the answer?
Let's see
I want
about
to
that.
bet this. Well, all right. I don't know if 1,000,000 people signed up, but I bet 1,000,000 people are going to try to get it.
Oh yeah.
Well, that goes against the entire argument that we just had. I said that 1,000,000. Danny said there's 1,000,000 people have signed up probably. And I said, no, that's a little bit of an exaggeration.
Well, if 1,000,000 people signed up, it's possible they did, but I don't know what they get. That's the problem. It's like once Danny tells me that signing up means nothing, I'm not going to go bother signing up. I'll just go there tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock.
But you might forget. This is saving you money on having a personal assistant.
Exactly.
I know you use your phone and you have your reminders, but not everybody does that.
And how are you going to get your email tomorrow? On
my
your phone when it reminds you. So, I mean, it's just like, right? The little notification. Hey, Steve, it's Oreo. And we want you to know.
Texture brings up a very solid point.
Yeah.
Just make one yourself if you want to try it that bad.
It's actually
It's really not that hard to make.
Do they have the Ritz crackers with peanut butter on them somewhere?
And I mean, you can get a knife and peanut butter.
Yeah, I suppose. Well, at that point, if I'm going to DIY the whole thing, what do I need anybody for? I'll just get some whipped cream and throw it on a piece of chocolate. I'll make myself a s'more at this point. I mean, what do you get? Or a s'more?
A s'more?
I'm going to make a s'more.
I want a s'more.
Hey, you put a little sauce on there.
What?
You put some sauce on
And
there.
that cream is not whipped cream, sir.
No, it's not.
Okay, what kind of cream is it?
Special.
Well, I am not going to put my special cream on
we
the
know
cookie.
it's dairy free, whatever it is, because Oreo cookies are vegan.
Yep.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, dairy free.
You could just take a Ritz Bits
Oh, yeah.
and then just open it up and take one of
forgot
those
about
Oreo cookies and you make yourself a some more.
They have the small Oreos too.
I forgot about Ritz Bits.
Some more.
Ritz Bits are amazing.
Yeah.
You know what? They don't get brought to parties much. They really need to be brought to parties more as a snack.
Or you're just going into the wrong parties.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right.
Well, that's I'm always doing that. It is time for listeners on the loose. This is your opportunity. I mean, I know that this is a scintillating conversation, and you may have other things you want to talk about. You pick the topic, you guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. You can also text us at 77999. Your calls, your texts at 920 on the Rock.
BJ and Migs. Mornings on The Rock. 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose, brought to you by Pick and Pull. Listeners on the Loose, you pick the topic, you guide the show, 206-421-ROCK. You can text us at 77999. And this is your opportunity, man. Whatever it is you want to talk about, get to us. Just remember, Steve does have a rule.
It's a simple rule, BJ. Just to show some energy and bring it. Otherwise, we're going to have to gong you and then say goodbye.
Goodbye, old friend.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
Oh, someone just actually, they tweeted at us. Carly did. Said, I heard you guys were talking about Hanson this morning. A lot of people are unhappy with me because I played the Bop song to celebrate the 25th anniversary of it being released, and it's now stuck in a lot of rockaholics' heads.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can appreciate that. Yeah.
Well, she said, you should check out their new song called Don't Let Me Down, and it features Zach Myers from Shinedown.
Huh. Really?
It's way different than Bop. I'm a lifelong fan. And I have a Hanson tattoo. LOL.
Oh, wow.
They still tour and rock, so she's a fanson.
Okay, she's a fanson.
I don't know if Rev can track down this song, but so wait, Hanson with the guy from Shinedown?
Yeah,
that's the guitarist from Shinedown.
I'm telling you, man. I feel like I've seen a lot of articles with just them being like really revered as like good musicians because they're
super talented.
They always played their own instruments. Yep. They wrote like super catchy songs.
They got sweet flow.
Yeah,
their hair's nice.
And Frankie Muniz is in the in the music video. What the hell?
He's all buffed up.
Yeah.
Wait, he's in the new one?
He's in the new Hanson music video.
What?
For Don't Let Me Down.
This is okay. There's a whole lot of epic going on in this. Let's give it a listen. Or not.
Oh, don't let me down, Bop.
Looks like I got it. Hold on.
Oh. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's no bop, but what are you going to do?
It definitely is no bop.
Yeah.
It's actually tolerable.
And is that, is the real buff blonde dude, like with the long blonde hair, is that really one of them?
I don't think so, but I could be wrong.
No, they're the skinny.
They're pretty skinny long hairs. They're them skinny long hairs, BJ.
Yeah.
Oh, the skinny long hairs. And then Frankie's just Frankie.
Yeah.
What a weird concept to a music video. Let's get a bunch of buff dudes working out. Guy with a mullet and Frankie Muniz from Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah, I guess I'd have to look at the lyrics to see if there's any way it makes a connection at all, or is it just some director is like, this is what we're going to do, and we're going to make a wild video.
Yeah, I don't think it has anything to do about like getting all swole.
Yeah,
it's like it just sounds like.
Well, unless you know you're a spotter. Don't let me down. Don't let that weight fall on me.
They can't take you down. Your moment is now. Go for your PR, baby.
Oh, well, I could. Maybe it's good swole music.
Yeah, I'm not listening to that in the gym.
Oh, you're not gonna put that on the gym?
I'd rather listen to the live Miley Cyrus record, but that's just me.
Oh, look at you!
Is that out now too? I don't even know about this.
I just discovered it yesterday and actually did listen to it at the gym. And I'm like, if anybody knew what I was listening to right now, they would be like, "What in the world are you doing?"
So it's just a live. There's no new stuff on there. Just her doing live stuff.
It's just her performing her songs live.
Ah, okay. And the verdict?
It's fine.
Barely better than Hanson.
Wow.
Definitely better than Hanson. It's got a great album cover. The album cover is awesome. It's just her butt.
It's rated E for embarrassment that Steve has to tell us that he listened to it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just fine. It's nothing like, if you like Miley Cyrus, you're going to dig the songs because it's like more like it's like her version, the way she sounds now, even doing some of the older songs. Like her voice has changed. So, I don't know. I dug it.
All right. I mean, look, I'm not trying to shame you.
Oh, I don't worry. I've shamed myself.
Okay, good. As long as we get that out of the way.
I'm trying to find the album cover so you can see it there, BJ. There it is.
All right. Oh, yeah. Let's see the album cover there. Oh, whoa. Yeah. Wow. Okay, Miley.
The album's called Attention, and then it's just a shot of her butt in a thong.
Yeah. Okay. Good for her. 206-421-ROCK, Texas is 77999. It's Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic, you guide the show. Let's go to KJ in Yelm. KJ, you are on the rock. Hold on, KJ, my machine. There we go.
KJ.
All right, KJ, you're on the rock.
BJ, say.
Who cares? What you got for us, KJ?
What's happening, fellas? I want to talk Ritz crackers and yummy, delectable treats.
All right. All right. Well, we and this is all in response. Tomorrow at 9:00 in the morning, you can go to the website. They're doing a mashup of a half an Oreo, which is half the cookie, half the cream, and half a Ritz cracker with peanut butter on it. So it's like a Ritz bit smashed together with an Oreo cookie. That's happening tomorrow. That you can get them. You can't buy them, but you can sign up for them and whatever. And all right. So KJ, what do you got that are great treats with Ritz?
Well, I'm a poor fat kid from way back. So instead of peanut butter, if you take that yummy salty cracker and a little spoonful of your favorite jelly and you put that sweet and salty together, it's a game changer.
Oh.
It goes great with a sandwich, a bowl of soup, or at 1 o'clock in the morning when you're stoned because it's in your cupboard.
There you go.
Oh, dude, we've done that before. Yeah, where you put some jelly on a Ritz cracker. It's amazing. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, I guess I wouldn't
have
have thought
even
about
make
it.
that horrible grape jelly taste good, too.
Now you got to watch your dirty mouth.
Yeah, hold on a second.
Because grape jelly is the goat of all jellies.
Yeah, that's true. I'm with Steve on this. I have to say,
That Concord grape jelly, there's nothing better.
Mm-hmm.
All right, give me your homemade mom and pop crap with strawberry rhubarb or whatever it is.
No, you want the grape.
I do all the time.
All the time. All the time. Well, I'm not opposed to having a Ritz cracker because they're very tasty. You can put almost anything on it.
See, my favorite thing, like it's the only time I'll eat it, is the spray cheese. And then I just recently found out there's a trick to it. That you're supposed to put the Ritz cracker on the little lever and then all the cheese comes out of the hole.
What?
Yeah. I really want to try this.
Wow, it turns it almost like into a little volcano.
It is fantastic.
Whoa.
Look at that science.
Volcano.
Wow. And the cracker stays on there.
Yeah, you got to put it in the hole.
Okay. All right, that's I never even knew about that. That's a game changer.
Well, we need to try it.
Yeah, I have no problem with that either.
Hey, while we're talking about food, can I ask you guys an opinion on something?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
I just want to know what you guys think about this, because my wife and I are having a little bit of a debate over what something is called.
Oh, okay.
Here we go.
Okay,
here we go.
So like we go to the, like Bigfoot Java or any coffee place, of course you get your coffee, but they always have like lollipops for the kids.
Yeah.
So she's always like, hey, can you ask them for a sucker? And I'm like, so then I go, hey, can I get a lollipop? And my wife laughs at me because she's like, you call it a lollipop? You sound like a little kid, like a child. Like they're called suckers. I'm like, I don't know why. I just feel weird asking the barista, can you give me a sucker? I don't want them to think that's a code or something like that. Like do you guys call it a sucker or a lollipop?
Lollipop.
I call it a sucker.
Sucker.
Yeah, I wonder if it's a Northeast thing, Steve. But then again, Vicky says lollipop too,
and Rev says sucker, and Danny says sucker.
Yeah, I've always said lollipop. So I know they're called suckers, but nobody in my life ever called them.
I feel dirty asking somebody for a sucker.
And the song doesn't go sucker, sucker. It's lollipop, lollipop, ooh la da lollipop.
Oh, she's got a point. You know what? She wins right there. There's your proof, Steve. You just start singing that song. Vicky has given you the definitive evidence.
These are the domestic situations that we have in our life, BJ.
Well, it's they don't like at the mall. It's called lolly and pops. It's not called saw and curs. I mean, right. So we win.
We win.
We win.
we win.
I just feel weird saying it's like she's like, you sound like a child asking for a lollipop. I'm like, I sound like a pervert asking for a sucker.
Yeah, you know what? You're damned if you do, damned if you don't. You're absolutely right. You would, she's right. You probably do sound like a child, and then you will sound like a pervert if you go, hey.
There's no winning.
See,
I want a sucker.
In England, don't they call them like lollies? So that's why I was just always was like, that doesn't sound right to me. Like, give him a lolly.
I think lolly in England is like a popsicle.
Someone said suckers are round, lollipops are flat.
Oh, really?
A few people said that lollipops are flat, suckers are spheres.
Oh, so so we have just applied. See, I've always applied like the Tootsie Pop. I've applied lollipop to anything that you put in your mouth and suck on.
The hard candy, right?
Yeah.
So it's a lollipop. Give me a break. You're not 3 years old.
But when you think about it, though, Steve. Gosh, I go back to, of course, that wonderful documentary, The Wizard of Oz. The Lollipop Guild, it looked like they had the flat lollipops, I should say. So maybe there is something to the round suckers and the flat lollipops.
So I said, think of cake pops. They're not called cake suckers. Although I should start asking for that at Starbucks. Can you give me all those cake suckers?
Yeah, the pop. I think the pop is something on the end of a stick. I think that's the whole idea.
According to Google, lollipop is the technical term for hard candy on a stick. Some people in the Midwest and South prefer to call it a sucker.
Boy, not either of those places.
Yeah, so it makes no sense, but...
So, well, the problem is this, though. We've got people from everywhere here in the great land of Western Washington. 50% of the people aren't from here. So I think that's probably why you got to mix the both.
So just call it a dum-dum. I don't know how the barista's going to take it if I say, hey, give me a dum-dum. And they grab
the dum-dum
they grab their coworker saying, did you need to talk to her?
Yeah, that's a specific,
you want the manager.
Yeah, that's a specific brand of sucker.
Which are amazing because you can buy like the big bag of those for like $2.99 and they'll keep your kid in suckers forever.
Yeah, Tatum loves lollipop/suckers. Like she just, like it doesn't. She doesn't even need to enjoy it. Like she just likes holding them. Like
is that? Oh, really? Oh, I was going to say, is that breaking news that a child loves something they can actually put their mouth on that's full of sugar? I feel like that's the point.
No, like we'll just give it to her and she'll just hold it all day, like it's like a weapon.
And she doesn't finish it, right?
Yes, she does.
Oh, she does. See, Lily did this thing where she would love suckers, but she would only suck on it for maybe 5 minutes, and then she'd be like, "I'm done, Dad," and then I throw it away.
See, that's my little brother, but with like the bigger lollipops, like the ones with gum in them or Tootsie Pops. The little dum-dums, he's now chewing on them and leaving all the sticks in my car.
Oh, great.
Oh, gross.
And I'm like, there's a garbage right there for you. Still the floor.
Oh,
Thanks,
yeah,
buddy.
there's no way that the kid is going to be, the kid's like, the whole car is garbage, okay? I mean, that's how I'm looking at it. Everything around me is, basically everything is mine, and I put anything anywhere.
Why is it sticky?
That's
Take
another
it out of
question.
context, a very weird thing that someone's just tuned in on.
Can't really answer that.
Talking about suckers and sticky.
Yeah. You pick the topic, you guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. It is Listeners on the Loose. More of your calls, more of your texts at 9:33 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too big to fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic, you guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Caitlin in Tacoma, you are on The Rock.
Hello, how are you?
Hi, Caitlin. Welcome to the show. What you got for us?
I met Samuel L. Jackson when I was 12.
Okay, that...
Yeah.
Did he curse you out?
No. Okay, this is the funny thing. So we're at this, charity golf tournament thing, right? My dad sees him, and he's freaking out like a little schoolgirl. He's like, oh, my God, it's Samuel L. Jackson. And I'm 12. I'm like, who's that? And so my dad's like, you got to go get his autograph. And I'm looking at my mom. I'm like, who is this? And she's like, oh, he's going to be in the new Star Wars. I was like, oh. So I run up to him, and I'm like, you're going to be in Star Wars? Are you going to be a Jedi? And he was like, yeah. And he finds my little pink pad. I remember it. I got it from the dollar store. And he looks at me, and he smiles. He's like, is that the only thing you know me for? I'm like, yeah. And he just started laughing. He's like, just wait till you get older.
That is awesome.
I love that your dad used you to get the autograph, too. I think that's so awesome.
Oh, yeah. I never saw it after that day.
The autograph?
The autograph, yeah. He was gone.
I'm surprised he didn't walk up there with you, but just at least be there for quote unquote moral support, but really for him to meet Samuel L. Jackson.
I know, right?
Yeah, Dad knows. Dad knows a cute kid has got a better shot. Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a good strategy on his part.
Oh, definitely. Especially I was the awkward 12-year-old with the Mariners baseball cap and overalls, and God, this was 25 years ago too. So
yeah, I mean and I'm happy. I mean, that was the greatest response ever from him. The fact that you remember to this day, and you probably now, of course, I don't know if you've watched any of his movies, but now I think you know what he was talking about.
Oh yeah, no, I've watched every single movie. So I was a fan of his before I saw any of the Die Hards, Marvel movies, all of that, Unbreakable, everything. And I'm like, I was a fan before I saw the movies.
That's fantastic. Oh,
I bet you made his day too. If I didn't know anything about him, I thought he's going to be a Jedi.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, hey, man, it's something that, you really go, well, it's great to be part of this kind of popularity, because a lot of times you might do great stuff and nobody sees it. So, as a performer, there's a lot of performers out there who have done great stuff. They've won Academy Awards, but have you seen their movie? Probably not. How many Best Picture movies have I seen? Not a lot.
Rocky.
Okay,
exactly
I think that
one
rests my case. Rocky is 40-something years old. I think that proves my point.
About that, yeah.
70s. Yeah, I mean, Ewan McGregor is a terrific actor, and yet, one of his big things is going to be what's coming out this Friday, and that is, him playing Obi-Wan Kenobi. But Ewan McGregor is a fantastic actor, but, people know him really Star Wars.
Dude, it's funny we talk about Star Wars. I forgot to mention that when I was telling you about that new show, Candy, on Hulu.
Oh, on Hulu, yes.
And it's like based in the 80s. Well, you'll love this, BJ. It's not a spoiler alert, so I don't have to worry about that. But a big part of the show, at least in the first episode, because that's all we've watched so far, it revolves around Empire Strikes Back. Because someone's going to see that movie.
Yeah.
And there's the kids have lightsabers and they're doing all the Star Wars jokes, and it's just such a trip down nostalgia lane, because the best part is my wife's like, what is this show? What are they all look like they're in the 70s. I'm like, no, they're in the 80s. And she's like, well, why do you know? I'm like, well, Empire Strikes Back came out in the 80s, and therefore the show's in the 80s. And she just looked at me.
It's actually 1980, exactly.
Right.
That's when they're doing it, yeah.
She had that look at me like, well, duh, of course. I'm so silly for thinking that it was the 70s when clearly it's the 80s because of Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, of course. But it really looks like the 70s when you think about it, because, 1980 is right there on the cusp. I was 20. It's just, or actually might have even been 19 when I think about it, because, the original Star Wars, because they were 3 years apart, 77, 80, and 83.
I remember being a little kid, and my mom and my mom's friend took me and my buddy out of school one day so we could go see Empire Strikes Back.
That is the coolest story ever, the coolest parents ever.
My dad would probably have been very mad if he found out about that, but...
Well, yeah. Well, at least your mom is. Your mom's a cool parent.
No, my dad's cool, too. But I thought that was pretty funny. That's one of my earliest memories is skipping school so we could go check out The Empire Strikes Back.
I never asked you this, I don't think, but, your dad's a Star Trek fan. How does he feel about Star Wars?
I don't think he gives a flying F about Star Wars, to be honest with you. He never references it. Wow. I don't remember him ever watching it. He might have been okay with it, but I think he was just Star Trek, and that's it, and Doctor Who.
Yeah, well...
That was his sci-fi.
Oh, if he's Star Trek and Doctor Who, he's probably not going to be a Star Trek fan.
Star
Wars fan. I don't think he's going to be a Star Wars fan, because your dad's older than me. So for him, when Star Wars came out, your dad was probably at least in his 30s, right? I feel like he at least had to be in his 30s when the first Star Wars came out. So that's a lot different than a 17-year-old kid.
Pushing it, right around that time, yeah.
Yeah. So he probably was a purist, because a lot of folks, a lot of the Trek and Doctor Who fans were taking a dump all over Star Wars. I remember.
So that probably added to his anger towards me.
Yeah,
he's like, finally, my son. He likes a sci-fi show, and then he looks at what it is. He's like, he likes this crap.
Yeah, compared to Star Trek and Doctor Who, the special effects were just over the top amazing. They were just the best thing that any sci-fi fan had ever seen on TV, or I should say on a movie screen. So there may have been some jealousy and envy, I think, for, especially with those old Doctor Who's, which were just, horrific budgets. Everything looked fake, bubble wrap monsters, and just, it was,
yeah.
So, they probably were very jealous. And then I remember that, Doctor Who added his robotic dog because of the fact that R2-D2 became so popular, and it probably just got in the craw of all the Doctor Who fans, like, oh, really? Now we have to have a robot? Because it's just it was not about a little robot.
I feel like I'm watching the show again with my dad.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Hey, someone had a fun little story they wanted to share, because we were talking about Jennifer Lawrence, how when she was a kid, she would pretend and fantasize about being on the Ellen DeGeneres show while she was on the crapper. So
I know. It's very, very romantic picture.
So instead, my friend and I, we used to have our own fake radio station where we made up commercials and everything. Another text said, whenever I practice the guitar, I always pretended like I'm on stage in front of thousands of people. I still do it now.
Yeah, I do that as well.
Nice.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. Anytime I play the guitar, I just pretend like I'm still doing the stage presence thing. And
I can't goof on you guys, dude, because I do that at hockey sometimes. Like when I'm playing hockey, if I pretend that I've gotten the call, I'm the e-bug for the Kraken, and all of a sudden both goalies are down and they bring me in, I create this whole little scenario of like I'm on the Kraken, and that's when I play better at like these drop-in skates. And then I'll tell myself, that's stupid, Steve. Stop doing that. What are you 12 pretending that you're on the Kraken? Like in my head I'm doing this, right? Yeah. So I'm like, no, I'm not going to do it. And then I play like garbage the next scrimmage. But I'm like, I have to keep pretending I'm on the Kraken. Otherwise, I don't play well.
I mean, look, that's the power of positive thinking, brother. Think that you're a big star, you'll play like a big star.
But it gets annoying after a while. I have to like do pretend play-by-play in my head. I'm like, I just want to zone out and play hockey. But I play like crap if I don't.
I don't know what to tell you about this. These seem like problems for probably somebody on your hockey team to talk to. I don't know.
There's a video of me where I was like still in diapers, 2 or 3 years old, and for some reason when I was that age, my mom, the only music she'd let me listen to, or not only, but like it was New Kids on the Block, and I was obsessed with it. So she bought me the VHS tape of them like performing live somewhere, and there's video of me singing into my rattle in nothing but a diaper, like singing to the couches, thinking that I'm singing to all the girls.
If there's
all the girls, girls only concert, guys.
Yeah, it was awesome.
If there is evidence, Danny, why is that not evidence posted online somewhere for us?
You know, it should be, and it's still probably on a VHS tape under my mom's bed somewhere. Like I need to get that digitally converted.
Yes, you do, or at least you put your phone up by the TV that it's playing on. That'll be good enough for me.
Dude, one of the more embarrassing times where I pretended I was like, I was doing one of those things where like it was in my 20s. I just moved out here. I was working at that Spanish radio station and also that positive talk station. So I was like running the board, but they made us wear a shirt and tie. And I would work as everyone was about ready to leave for the day, that's when my shift started. So I was alone by myself more often than not. So like late at night, I remember I was on a Real Big Fish kick, the ska band. And I had their record on, I was playing it not on the air, but on the big speakers. And I took off my tie and I wrapped it around my head like it was a sweatband or a headband. And I'm like pretend air guitaring and singing along to the entire record. Wow. And the general manager walked in.
Yeah. That's awesome.
He looks at me. I'm like, I look like a dork. I look like a dork even when the tie was around my neck, let alone around my head. And he's just like, all right, how you doing?
Hey. This is the evening shift, that's for sure.
This is what happens when everybody leaves. I pretend I'm in Real Big Fish.
Yeah, the fact that he walked in on you and that's all you were doing, he was probably very happy about that.
Yeah, I guess, you never know what could happen in those situations. It was very harmless, but it was very juvenile.
Yeah, because radio stations, man, there's a lot of stuff that happens after hours that, you know what, you are very tame.
But yeah, the microphone, so you have like this instant mic stand, so you're just feeling it.
You're a big star.
Big loudspeakers. It felt good. Until
it's the Steve Show. That's right, Real Big Steve.
Real Big Steve.
Yeah, what a show. It is Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic, you guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
Someone wants to know, BJ, you're going to go check out the new Elvis movie coming out next month. It looks pretty good. Taking my dad for his birthday.
I'm not a big Elvis fan, but if you've watched the trailer, Tom Hanks is unrecognizable. You see his name. I had to go back and watch the trailer again because
is he Elvis?
No.
Oh.
He'd have to be old Elvis.
Why not?
Yeah.
Be on the toilet, Elvis.
No, I think
Butler is Elvis.
I think he's the Colonel, right?
Colonel Tom.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? I wasn't interested, but man, my father-in-law was a huge Elvis fan, and I all of a sudden started thinking of him when I saw this trailer, and I was like, maybe I should go see this for him.
And it's the Baz Luhrmann movie. That guy's stuff.
I love that stuff. He did Romeo and Juliet. That was a great movie.
Great Gatsby as well.
Oh yeah, he did do that.
And Moulin Rouge.
Yeah, and you know what we forget about Elvis, and I mean, at least in the trailer they show, is that he was a little different than the time. So when he first went out on stage, people were like punking on him because he's got this pink outfit on, his hair is a little longer than everybody else's.
He's dancing weird.
Well, the dancing weird, I mean, that was huge controversy.
Yeah.
His style of hip dancing was huge controversy, but the girls did dig it. And so all of a sudden I was fascinated. I'm like, maybe I will go see this. Not a big Elvis fan, but I mean, he is one of the biggest icons of our entertainment generation.
Dude, my mom was a massive Elvis fan. And so, there was a little bit of a nostalgia love for him for that reason. But I don't really, he's not I like Fat Elvis just because he looks awesome, in that rhinestone jumpsuit thingy. Right. But, man, this movie looks really good.
Yeah.
And you're right, Tom Hanks, if I didn't know that was Tom Hanks, I probably wouldn't even realize it was Tom Hanks.
Yeah, that's why when they put his name at the end of the credits, like, oh, hey, coming soon with, the guy playing Elvis and Tom Hanks. I'm like, where the hell was Tom Hanks in this?
But when you say his name now, I'm like, oh yeah, it's definitely Tom Hanks. Like, it's unmistakable. But for some reason, because it's just so different, he's got like a heavier set to his face.
Yeah, he's probably wearing a fat suit, I'm thinking. And with some makeup that makes him look a lot heavier and older. But yeah, it looks good. I don't know if I'll pay for it, but I'll definitely watch it if it comes to one of my on-demand.
I'll drop a good $6 on it.
Yeah.
It's about as far as it
because I think my wife and I would enjoy this because of the connection to my father-in-law. I think that we would probably get a smile just to see the story. And I really don't know much about Elvis. I don't know his story, but you think of anybody who's super popular, and I'm saying this to anybody who's probably a super young millennial and beyond, who really just didn't live that. I surely didn't live him during the Blue Hawaii Elvis years. I wasn't alive, or I was a very tiny child. And of course, Steve, like you said, a lot of us remember him in the Vegas Elvis years.
And it looks like they do tackle that a little bit in the trailer towards the end. You see him in those like crazy jumpsuits. So it seems like it's like a full like vibe of Elvis.
Yeah, I mean, it's you go. What do you do when your audience is really old, but you still want to perform? I mean, he was one of the first guys that I remember that did the Vegas residency thing, and now everybody who's an older, really successful band, that's what they do.
One texter says they better show the time that he stayed with Forrest Gump, especially if you have Tom Hanks. And I forgot about that.
I totally
God! If they did that, dude, I would literally die.
How weird is this that Tom Hanks is in a movie? Elvis.
Yeah.
Also, that's a good story. They said I heard a story about my dad being stationed in the Army in Germany with Elvis, and then when he passed away, we found all of his pictures with Elvis at the bar drinking together.
That's rad.
Whoa. Okay,
what if all those years you didn't believe that he was actually you're like, Dad?
I wouldn't have believed it.
And then you come across these pictures after he passed, like, all these years he's telling the truth.
I would feel so bad because I would have given my dad such a hard time going, you did not. You there's no way you drank at the bar with Elvis. You're just full of it.
Damn it, this movie does look good, though.
Yeah, it does. It does. I'm almost interested.
Almost.
If there was a spaceship in it, I would go. It is time now, though, to answer a big question. This is maybe one that's been bothering you for a long time. What do Ryan Castle and Arby's have in common? I'm going to tell you at 9:50 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. And now, the Ryan Castle question of the day.
What do Ryan Castle and Arby's have in common?
I have meats.
Yeah, straight. You got the meats.
The meat sweats.
Oh, I'm not sure. Well,
dude, I love an Arby's, and there isn't one close to here, so sometimes I have to make a special trip, and I will go all the way up to like North Shoreline, Edmonds area to go to an Arby's.
Well, there's one in Puyallup. You could always swing by your friend Steve's,
which is even further.
Yes.
I could bring Steve some Arby's.
Yeah,
or
at that point,
one texter says Steve enjoys getting a shake from both of them.
Oh,
Steve loves both of their nuggets.
He does,
and both have shriveled up beef.
Wow.
That seemed uncalled for.
I agree.
Wow. Well, how about this? With all of those wonderful, tasty treats we just described, Arby's is adding a burger to the menu, and this is actually their first ever burger. It's called the Wagyu Steakhouse Burger.
I didn't even know that they didn't have burgers. I never thought about that.
Yeah, they don't. They're all they're the deli meats and stuff,
right?
And all that. But yeah,
can I put the horsey sauce on it?
Why not?
Yeah.
It's going to cost you $5.99 for this burger, but I feel like that's a reasonable price for a tasty sandwich.
It's on par with everywhere else.
Yeah, it's limited time. They're only doing it till July 31st. And they say it's a high blend of Wagyu beef.
Why not just keep it on the damn menu? Arby's.
Okay, then. Wow.
I'm going to go to Arby's. I'll let you guys know.
Fair. Thanks, buddy. Ryan Castle, he's got the meats and a 12-pack next.
BJ and Migs play of the day.
This next story is about Jennifer Lawrence. When she was a kid, she used to sit on her toilet and pretend she was being interviewed by Ellen DeGeneres, which I will say that I used to do.
You used to pretend to be interviewed by Ellen DeGeneres?
Yeah, wow.
I still do.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gotta go poop. Ellen, you coming with me?
But you're naked when you poop, so it's even more awkward.
Well, that's how my fantasy usually is.
BJ and Migs mornings on The Rock 99.9 KISW.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. Here's another question from a listener. If I file for bankruptcy, do I have to appear in court? That makes me nervous.
Going to court is never something that's easy to do. However, when you file bankruptcy, you usually only have to attend one hearing at the courthouse. Of course, I'll be there with you. And when you go to court, it's not before the judge. It's actually with the trustee or the trustee's attorney. One of the things that's critical in a bankruptcy is that you give your attorney and the court all of your information. You list all of your assets and all of your creditors. That's what we're trading for your discharge, is your true and honest disclosure of your assets and liabilities. And so the court hearing is just usually about a 5-minute deal where you show up and reaffirm and swear that all the information you've given the court and your attorney is correct.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, 1 in every 5 children killed in traffic crashes in the U.S. was a pedestrian. That's why 3M is working alongside local governments and NGOs to help improve crosswalk visibility and traffic markings in school zones, in a worldwide initiative to provide kids with a safe walk to school and access to the education they deserve. To learn more and take action, visit 3m.com/schoolzonesafety.
3M Science. Applied to life.